Welcome to the Hank Cisco Show. Don't touch that remote. I got a guest. Let me tell you, I got a guest here today that it's unbelievable. My name is Frank Cisco Chacho, okay? Now, I use the name Hank Cisco because I was a professional boxer. And the manager says, nobody can pronounce Cisco. So that's my beginning. My guest today is the president of the Montgomery County Community College. And it's an honor for me to be interviewing, thinking that I'm a 8th grade dropout. I didn't think education was important. I wanted to be a boxer, and I wanted to do this, I wanted to do that. And I became a policeman. And after 24 years on the police department, somebody whispered in my ear and said, you better get an education, because when you leave this job, you want to get something. And when you apply, they're going to ask you, are you high school educated? Are you a degree? No. And another thing, being a policeman, I say, if you're juvenile, if you get a juvenile record, you got a juvenile record, you got a diploma. Who's the employer going to take? He's going to take the guy that don't have the juvenile record. So keep your record clean. Do good in school. While you're here, get your education. Because when you get older, like you, right, and beautiful, you know. So here we are, the president of Montgomery County Community College. Tell him your name.
I'm Dr. Kevin Pollack. Nice to meet you.
You're a doctor?
Yes.
I got a pain.
Oh, I'll help you.
I went to the doctor and said, the doctor treat you? He says, no, he charged me $10. No, it's a Social Security joke. You'll get that when you're 65. Now, you are the president of Montgomery County, and I am now telling you that I am the first graduate
I saw that.
of Montgomery County Community College, 8th grade dropout. This was in 1974. 74. This was, and I was in the Hall of Fame. And I was an 8th grade dropout. I didn't thought education was important, but it's so important to get that degree. Put that degree in your back pocket and then do work. Now,
I think I'm just going to hire you now as our new marketing expert, because you just covered everything we'd ever wanted to tell anybody in the whole county. Well, why they should go to college.
And I'm in the Hall of Fame too. I got.
Oh well, that's sad.
This is my guest here today. Yeah, but I want to say that I'm talking to parents, aunts, uncles, gumadas, and gumbadas, and the students. Get that education while you're here, because you're going to need it today more than ever. Now, tell me how important education is.
It's critical. I'm not just here saying that because I'm trying to promote the college. They show, all the statistics now show that all of the programs that are out there, all the jobs that are going to be coming up are all going to require some sort of education.
Right.
In the next 10 years, you know, when I went out of high school, I had a lot of friends that worked on assembly lines. I'm from Michigan, and we had a lot of assembly.
Michigan.
So when we did that, everybody was, you know, hands-on labor. It was a great way to have a middle class. Most of those jobs have gone away, but they still need education for those people running those things. So education is going to be more critical in everything. I can give you a perfect example. When the recession came and all the jobs went away and we had the Great Recession, when they came back, the 11 million jobs that were created after the recession, only about 80,000 of them were good for students without some sort of college.
Oh.
Out of all of those, only 80,000 were taken for students with just a high school diploma. So if you want to work, you want to get ahead, you have to have some sort of education. It's just becoming critical.
Right. Because if you don't have a degree, high school or whatever, I dropped out when I was in 8th, and then I took the GED, and then I went to high school education, and then I went to the community college, and it just makes you feel so good that, you know, when you sit down and talk to somebody, you know, you just have a little bit of you feel good about yourself.
Well, my last college, when I was president before I came here, we had a 14-year-old was our youngest student, and our oldest student was 83.
Wow.
And the 14-year-old student asked the 83-year-old student, why are you going to college? I mean, what would you want to do at college? And the 84-year-old student said, if I get up every morning, I want to learn something new. And the day that I don't want to learn anything, I know I'm in trouble. And what better way of learning something new every day than going to college? And the 14-year-old just went, I get it. I understand what you're saying. So you never want to stop learning.
Right,
what better way of doing it?
Well, let me see. I've been doing this show for 29 years, and I get paid weekly, very weekly. I get shibudri, and that's onions in Italian, okay? But, and I keep myself pretty, being a boxer, professional, amateur, referee. Now I'm the ambassador North. I was a policeman, I was a lieutenant, I was a county detective. Oh, you know, but now I'm 94 years old. I just turned 94 November the 9th, and I keep active. I have a show tomorrow. I'm going to be interviewing the president of Montgomery County Courts in North Montgomery County. So, you know, it's so important to get that education and keep on. If somebody told me there was a class to learn something, I would go. I would go.
Good.
You know,
Good.
You got to keep your mind moving.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep your muscles. Here's a good exercise. I don't know, and it's good muscles right over here. Get your heart moving, okay? Now, tell me something about your family.
Quick left turn. I have a wife and 3 kids, and our oldest one is in a 4-year college in Michigan. We're from Michigan. I moved here about a year and a half ago, and my family moved here in June because our second child was a high school senior, and we wanted him to finish high school with all his friends. He now, though, is a student at Montco. So he's taking classes with us right now. He's doing a lot of science work right now.
Wow.
And we have a daughter who is at Methacton, and so she's a sophomore.
What are they going to be when they grow up? Not grow up. I mean, when they finish their education growing up, when I say that.
Well, the oldest one is going into graphic arts animation. He actually did a Disney internship, a college student program in January. So he's looking at animation, graphic arts. Our one going to Montco is thinking of healthcare, something in the healthcare field, but he isn't quite sure exactly what he wants to do. My daughter is really very interested in science, math, computer science. She's actually, as a high school sophomore, she's taking a dual-enrolled chemistry class at the college.
Wow.
And so I'm very proud of all my kids.
When you sit down at the dinner table, what do you talk about? All that there.
Well, I ask how their days are, and I get a lot of mumbling, grumbling, and we're all done, and out they go. So
what's your favorite food when you sit down?
Italian.
Pasta fazool and spaghetti and meatballs and ravioli and whatever.
Yeah. So
I made spaghetti and clam sauce, really good. And then I make spaghetti with pesto sauce. I got a little jar over at I forget the name of the store, but the little jar I got for $1.65, and pesto.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Absolutely.
Just like that. Cook it, mix it together, mangia.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, you know, it's.
Tell me what's going on at the college.
I was going to say it's great being here. We have a lot of things happening. You know, the college has a lot of activities. We have over 10,000 students or so in a semester.
How many?
About 10,000. We will probably have about 18,000 different students over the course of 1 year. So we have 42 different programs. We have a lively arts program that's outstanding, so we bring people on our campus to see things. We have sports that are happening on the campus. We have guest speakers that come in all the time. Our newest thing is really working on workforce development.
Speaker, I was a speaker there one time.
So we have workforce development, which is really training now for all the jobs that are out there that they don't have enough trained people for positions.
Wait a minute, you're training people to get on the job.
So it's not just regular degree programs. We actually do training with businesses and corporations.
In other words, you don't have to get a degree and everything. Go there and get an education.
You can come and get certain specific areas, upgrade your skills. We have a culinary school that's going on right now. Culinary arts program out on 40-Foot Road. So, of course, we have a campus on 40-Foot Road with the culinary. We have the main campus in Bluebell, and we also have a campus in Pottstown. So we have a lot going on.
I got an idea for you.
Okay.
Next time you talk to the commissioners, I get along pretty good with all the commissioners.
I'll share it with them. I'm ready. Right. Okay.
The Times Herald is an empty building on Markley Street near Maine.
Okay.
That would be a perfect community college. It has the railroad there, 202, 422, the railroad, everything.
Not a new community college, but part of ours, right? Is that what you're saying?
Huh?
Yeah, not a new community college, but part.
Well, yeah, but
new
you don't have to
campus.
go all the way out in no man's land, over here and
Absolutely.
over there. It's right there in the center of town. Get off the train, right there's the school. They got a parking all over the place. Think about it. That, or maybe get some money and make a hotel.
I'll share that with them. I'll certainly tell them that.
All right, well, we'll talk to them.
Okay.
Okay, now, oh my God, we got a question for the lady with that purple dress. You wear that purple dress on Columbus Day. Wear purple on Columbus Day. And here's the question. She's really on the ball. What are some of the recent advances at the college?
The biggest advance, which is amazing, we just opened a $35 million wing on our Allied Health building.
Wow.
It includes a 6,000 square foot workout facility for our students. We have the YMCA in running programs. It's got a brand new gym, but better than all of those things, we actually have brand new science labs for our Allied Health people.
Science.
We have a dental program that we were working with dental hygiene that we doubled the number of chairs. We have 25 chairs now. We have everything from massage therapy to just a variety of programs that are there. Because Allied Health is going to be critical in the future. So that's a massive thing that happened on our campus.
You have, now I'm at Northtown High School, okay? Do the students, can they come up to the college and see what you have here?
Oh, absolutely.
Is there an open house or something like that?
We have open houses. They can contact our student services office anytime.
Do they take their parents with them?
Take their parents. We can give them a tour. We'd love to have them come onto campus. We have 1,500 students right now that are high school students taking dual enrolled classes. So
Well, run that by me again.
1,500 students that are high school students that are taking dual enrolled classes right now.
Oh, yeah.
So we have them from 24, 26 different high schools. And so we have high school students right now. Some are taking classes at their high school. Some are taking classes on the campus. And if a student wants to come and see what we have, we would love to have them come visit us.
Yeah, well, here's another question
All
from
right.
the balcony.
Okay.
That guy with that brown hat, take that hat off, you're inside. You wear the hat when you're outside, okay? Hey, what support do you give to non-traditional students? That's an educational question.
Yeah. There's a lot.
I don't know.
So,
Are you listening? Okay.
So just for what you would consider a traditional student would be a student who's 18 to 22, coming out of high school. You consider that a traditional college student. Our average age of our students is 26. We have students well into their 50s, 60s, even 70s. So we have support for them in a variety of ways. First of all, they're not the only people that, we don't have one or two students with that age coming in. So they're really in a mixed student bag of different ages, backgrounds. So it's a wonderful environment for them to start with. We have support mechanisms for students from clubs. We have support mechanisms for our tutoring. We have electronic things students can get on and find out about their career paths, what they want to do. We have career service support for students that get degrees. We have support for older students that are there. So there's just a variety of things that students
Got one for
can,
94.
you could start a club for all 94-year-old people on the campus.
Why don't you have a reunion of all the first graduating class? When I went there was a mud hole. You had to walk on planks. And the first time when I joined it was Cutchogan High School closed down. And then from there, we went in the second floor of the shoe store, Falco's shoe store, and then they were building that, and it wasn't complete. I think the only was named after one of the first commissioners, Park House. I think the Park House bill. Yeah, he was a good friend of mine. You know, I was going to run for sheriff one time. He says, "Hank, don't run for sheriff."
But you'll be happy to know, since you were there, we have this amazing thing, sidewalks. It's great. You can
What is it?
Sidewalks. So we have no more mud on the campus. You can get from building to building. You don't have to worry about it. Come on over sometime and take a tour yourself.
Well, my friend over there, Schmitz, real nice guy, and his brother too. He used to go to play football with my nephew. But in the audience we have my grandson, Ricky, and Vicky, Victoria, and Rick. And he's just a graduate from Villanova College.
Nice.
And
Very
then
nice.
he went to Washington college, and then he says that's too far away. I think, and he came home there, and he graduated your science. But education is the thing, and I'm so happy that he's doing it. Both of them they wanted to come here for this is the first time I had my relations sitting in the audience. You know,
there's a lot of pressure.
I'm getting nervous now. You make me nervous. But I gotta say, these students here at Northtown High School are so great. You know, and I just hope that they continue your education. Okay, they're all behind the cameras. Okay.
I think it's important. You know, when I started my career, I started as a teacher. I started as a junior high and high school teacher.
A junior high school?
I started junior high and high school teaching as students in junior high and high school, and then I moved into higher education. So I very much have always been interested in how the high school students are doing, what we can do to support them, what we can do to help them get their education. I think it's critical, and I'm pleased to be here and work with the students that are behind the cameras right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
I got it. My God, we got a lively audience up there. Here's one from my grandson. What changes do you see in the college over the next 5 years?
Well, we just did a 5-year strategic plan. I think what you're going to see is a lot more in the workforce development area. A lot of the training things are going to happen. We will be looking at our programs to make sure we have new programs that are coming in. The funding model for the college is shifted differently since we have a millage now, supported by our constituents in Montgomery County, and we're thrilled that they believe enough in the college to do that kind of support for us. There'll be a lot of subtle changes. You won't see as many buildings going up because the college really has all the infrastructure set in place now. But it's really going to be the programs and making sure that our students are coming through and staying and graduating, getting degrees. So you'll see a lot of internal stuff, and we're going to have to share that out with everybody. You'll see a lot of things like the culinary program. Our police academy is now on the campus. And we have
the police academy.
The police academy is now on our campus.
The one that was down on Plymouth?
Yes, it's now.
But they moved from there?
On the campus now.
I'm a graduate over there.
We have 20.
I used to speak there.
We have 28 police chiefs in Montgomery County that have come from our college program. So there's a lot of that. So a lot of the big things that are happening, and you'll see, will be support for students and a lot of internal things.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm the ambassador in Norristown, and they say, Cisco, you're too lenient. You can't beat that there. When people get a ticket, you know, you try to fix it. Don't fix it. I tell them, you get any parking tickets, mention my name, pay the fine. That's all. And I make a lot of friends. Well, okay. All right, I got another one here. This is from Victoria. How is Montco connected to the communities?
There's a variety of ways.
Victoria.
You know, good question, Victoria. There's a lot of ways. First of all, we work with all of the high schools. So we visit every high school. There's 26 high schools we go to. There's other schools.
Recruit?
We recruited all the schools. We work with a lot of high school students. Like I said, there's 1,500 students that are taking classes with us that are out there. We have a variety of things that we do out into the community for support. In Pottstown, we are working with local community leaders with our campus. We do research that is out in the community. We train business leaders. We train business employees. So there's a lot of things that we do, and we're always open to new ideas. If somebody's out there that we're not doing something.
Well, how about teaching somebody how to box?
We haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, where's the brother there? Give me, I can't reach him here. Here. I give my man boxing gloves, so anybody comes on a hard time, give him a left, And one for your secretary. She's so nice. Every night I call her, you know. So, but you know, do you have anybody out there that write? I mean, I think I took my course was like public speaking, and one was I forget something about writing too.
Right.
You know. Do you have anybody? Everybody says, Cisco, you have all this experience and everything. Why don't you write a book? You got anybody that wants to write a book?
I don't know if we have any. I've actually written some articles. I have some things that have been published, and they're all education, so they're kind of boring. But we do have people that do that. We have people in our English department.
In a course, you get a couple credits.
Absolutely, we have. Of course, there's writing courses for our students. Everything from English to basic writing. We still have speech classes. So sure, we have a lot of things like that.
Yeah. I got another one from the balcony. This guy over here. What are the biggest challenges facing colleges in the future? And even now, what are some of the big challenges? Money.
Yeah. The biggest challenge, I think, not just the colleges are facing, but the students are facing, is the mounting debt. Students that go off to four-year schools that come out of there with $50,000, $60,000, $100,000 in debt. And part of the problem is they don't realize what that debt means, how long it takes to pay that debt off.
Yeah.
Students that come to us, that come and transfer after 2 years of finishing a degree, they're going to save $50,000, $60,000, and they can go off to Temple. Temple is the school we have most of our students go to Temple more than any place else. But we have transfer agreements all over with colleges all over. And why wouldn't a student come, save the money, get the degree that they could have, they have a backup plan, they can transfer the credits, they can go off. So student debt is one of the biggest crises that is out there nationally. It's a huge problem for our students to be able to afford to go to college. So we work on that. We froze our tuition this year, and I think we're going to be doing it. We did not raise our tuition this last year, and that was to help our students. That was to help them, with their costs. We do everything we can to try to make it very reasonably priced. And our students come out, and again, when a student comes out with our degree and they go off to a four-year school and they get the four-year degree doesn't say this with little name, our name underneath. It's the four-year degree. There's a little stigma sometimes for parents and counselors and students that thinking that going to a two-year school is somehow beneath them, or they're not as good a student. We have 4.0 students that are there. We have faculty members with PhDs.
Yeah.
We have the best faculty. The benefit,
Good.
the real benefit is the support. The support mechanisms that are there. We have small class sizes. Yeah, we have small class sizes so that students, they get personalized help. And that's another issue, the size of classes like at the four-year schools that are out there are so big. So, the personalization of the education is critical for our students. And I think another big crisis for the colleges is the number of students that don't finish something. They come in, they accumulate some debt,
just to get the resume.
They don't finish their degree, and it's tragic that they don't, and they should continue. We have a lot of second chance stories from our students that come in and say, we're here because I didn't do well.
I interviewed a priest, and I know that public schools don't go with religion and all, but I want to shoot this out at you. He said, I'm the only priest in Bridgeport. All the churches, Irish, Polish, Italian, they're all closed. He's the only one, Ukrainian, I guess that's how you pronounce it. And he says that St. Charles Seminary only ordained 2 priests for the whole Philadelphia thing, And I don't know, now they have it where you get a degree when you leave. Before, the priest would just go there and he would just be a priest, but he didn't have no degree. So they changed it now to get the education. So I think they should, start, he said, but the Catholic Church don't promote like the Army and the Navy and the Marines, see? So, I don't know, maybe when you get the education, then you look and see what you want to be. You want to be a fireman, you want to be a policeman, you want to be a soldier, you want to be a priest, you want to be a rabbi. It should be all out there.
Yeah.
Let remind people.
Well, in for us, we have 42 different programs. So there's a lot of options for our students to come through and look at different options. And we have transfer guides to so many colleges and universities, so it's all open to them. They just have to take that first step, and it's right in front of them. And just taking that first step, and there's no reason to be scared to take that first step. It's the same with adult students.
Right.
You asked about non-traditional students. We have a lot of adult students that come in because they couldn't do it at first, or they were scared of doing it, or they got a job out of high school, and now they need something else to go advance themselves. So we have all those opportunities for all those different kinds of students, and
do you have programs where they go out into the community, work with the community somehow? I think when I'm the founder of the Columbus Monument in Norristown, And the community college had sent some students over there to help do some writing, research, and different things. So, and they got some experience on that, you know. So I think it's good. Now, how about at the college, they have the television, radio?
We have television
In other words, if they
radio.
graduate here and they want to go to community college, they continue.
We have television and radio. You asked about what was new. You'll like this one. We have a new sound recording studio degree and program. We have a $1 million sound recording studio that is being put into the college that people will be able to come in and learn how to mix tapes, learn how to mix CDs, learn how to mix movie soundtracks.
Yeah.
We'll be able to do a variety of things. So, and we have a TV station and we have a radio station, Monco Radio, and you can get it on your phone.
Oh my God,
listen to
that's
it.
great. See, there's always something out there, you know. Unbelievable.
And we have clubs. We have a variety of things for students to be able to do. So it's out there, and it's just waiting for the students to come see.
Okay. So, all right, now, I did ask you your favorite food, right?
Yes.
And how about your wife? What she like to cook?
We
Because I married an Italian girl, right? And when my mother, we had 4 boys and 4 girls, and my mom would cook, you know, spaghetti, or this and that. So then when I got married, you know, she's Italian, but so I said, come on, put some food on the table. Oh, she says, I'm a modern Italian. You're modern. You put some old-fashioned Italian food in that dish. But she learned from her aunt. My mother taught her how to make lasagna and all that stuff.
We cook everything. We really try.
Do you like to cook?
I like to cook. We have.
You create?
I follow recipes better than create, probably. But we'll try everything. We do just a mix of all kinds of foods, and our kids, you know, even as the little kids, they would eat things like mussels and all sorts of stuff that you wouldn't think little kids would try. So we like to eat and we like to cook.
Here's a question from on the balcony. How you read it?
How are students, especially high school grads, changing? Well, that was probably from somebody way up in the corner of the audience. It's interesting because students, a lot you would think they changed a lot. A lot of it's they're changing a little bit dynamically. A lot of it is what they are aware of more than anything else. They're much more savvy in things around the world because of the internet and the ability for computers. They're much more willing to question things in the classroom than students in the past, because in many cases they can just pull out a phone and say, you know, you just said this happened, but I don't think that's true. So they come in with a lot more diverse knowledge than students in the past, because the whole world's opened up to them. And so it's wonderful, and at the same time it's challenging, I think, for faculty members to how do you teach a variety of students, all ages, with all sorts of computer skill backgrounds and a mix? I'm in awe of our faculty that can do stuff like that. So those are, I think, some of the biggest changes I've seen in students over the years.
Do they teach language too?
Oh yeah, we have language. We have all sorts of languages there that you can take.
Well, there's one language you don't teach over there. I was when I was in New York, my manager was great for double talk. You know, and we would stop and give double talk and I'd say, you get them up by the plant and turn to look up forward cards by the modern species guys. The guy was carrying concealed dead lunch without a license. The guy says, what? I don't know. Okay. But that's double talk. All right.
I will remember everything you shared with me. I will try to remember it all when I go home and tell my wife, oh my gosh, I just had the most amazing interview that I did with somebody. I find you're a fascinating man, and I appreciate all the comments. We'd love to have you come out to the college sometime and visit. I'd
love to come up here. Yeah, well, when they gave a Hall of Fame, they put me in the Hall of Fame.
I know.
And I brought a hat. I brought up my boxing gloves, and my nightstick, my badge, and I showed them that's all I did. You know.
Well,
but I'm so happy that I did graduate, and I got this diploma. When I go apply for a job, they are that. So here's boxing gloves for you. Okay.
I appreciate it.
And then here, give me the thing out there. Over here. I want to see. Open this thing here. I don't know how to open it there. All right. Anything else?
I have to
tell you. There's a little candy cane for you for Christmas. It says here, thanks for being a guest on the Hank Cisco TV show, Comcast 28, Verizon 45, and look for it on YouTube. Worldwide, you got any kumbadis over in Europe? Right?
No, not that I'm aware of, but
Well,
I'm sure
you
there's
know,
somebody.
when they
I
go
don't
over there,
know.
they're
We'll
gonna
find
be-
out.
Yeah. So
I appreciate you
let's
having
say
me
here, ala salud means to your health.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, it makes me feel good to interview the president of the Montgomery County Community College. Nice guy, down to earth, no high muckety muck. Right there, good man, okay. Students, we say yes? Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, and here we go. Ala salud again.